Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathanias, and I'm here to talk to you about some news we got from Frost Giant this morning about their esports plans for 2024 and 2025. Today, we got to hear from StormGate team that they are going to be supporting esports throughout the early access stage of their game. We haven't really heard any news on specific commitments from them prior to this. I think it happened early morning, perhaps for us at a Korean StormGate event with Kakao Games. Maybe that was last night. And they kind of talked about what they wanted to do as far as Grassroots Esports, a global championship, and regional leagues go. So for this year, the TLDR is this. They want to support the small tournament organizers. I assume there's a lot of ways they could do this, but perhaps and hopefully we'll see portraits that you can get in the game, ways to support tournament organizers directly in the game. For me, I think that's one of the best ways to get people who are already in the ecosystem playing the game a way to not only support the esports initiatives that they want to see succeed, but also they can show that support to other people in the game, and that also helps kind of build the sense of community. You run into the other guy on the ladder who's got the Home Story Cup portrait, and you kind of give each other the head nod. I'd love to see them provide that level of support. Obviously, again, I think I said Twitch drops, stuff like that. There's a lot of different initiatives that they can do to try and reward people for tuning in and being there for these events. A lot of people talk about longevity and sustainability in the esports scene. We're in a time of very low capital investment into esports. It's not seen as something that's really sustainable. So I think keeping the emphasis right now on supporting the smaller initiatives that can build up over time and be sustainable. A great example I would offer is something like like a Wardy team league. He's someone in StarCraft who has been able to have multiple tournaments that support not only him as a content creator and a tournament organizer, but also enough to pay out consistent prize pools to everybody who competes. I think we want more people doing work like that. And we want to be able to allow people to support tournament organizers like that, such that they can expand, right, and do more and do those cool things, and eventually maybe give us that big stuff that we want. As far as the global championship goes, they did say that there will be something at the end of this year. Frost Giant kind of said that they wouldn't be doing a lot of events themselves, maybe something at an event like Gamescom. But I think from a marketing standpoint, having a 2024 champion would still be pretty cool. There's a lot of people who have already been competitively playing and competing in Stormgate since the earliest alpha, when it was just one faction, when it was just only Vanguard. And I think that at least for the internal people, it'll be a kind of hype moment. But there's only so many ways to advertise your game. And if we're at any level of being able to show off what that looks like at the end of the year, I don't see any reason for them not to. My money's on parting though, unless Cyril switches immediately. We'll just have to see. Other things I'd really like to see for smaller tournament organizers this year is, compared to StarCraft anyway, that's a lot of my reference is going to come from that, is a laxness on things like rules. I hope that they let tournament organizers kind of do what they want as far as where they want to try and make things interesting, whether it's a type of bracket that they want to use, or seeing if there's a way to change what the map pool is going to be and stuff like that. But I know we won't have custom maps anytime soon. So I guess most of the tournaments probably won't be able to diversify too much in that way just yet. Kind of getting ahead of myself. Big advantages of this compared to putting a bunch of money in immediately is that while Frost Giant probably could sponsor a few big events or a tournament series this year, it kind of takes away the attention from those people that build your game and that show up for you anyway, right? And I think the most important thing that we can do is make the people who choose to build in this space, we want them to be able to do that as long as possible. And then that not only gives us stuff to watch and provides income for there to be pro players and people who work in the esports scene, but it avoids the trap of, well, if that corporate money goes away, do all of our events go away? And obviously, if things do really well, then there's always opportunities to do more. Going into 2025, though, is kind of interesting. They're suggesting that they'll be doing something like a global championship series, 6 leagues across planet Earth, and a global championship perhaps in the middle of the year, which I find fascinating. There's been some talks behind the scenes. There's been some rumors of perhaps that Stormgate ends up getting picked up for one of these big ESL circuits or something like that. We already know that a lot of the team at Frost Giant working at Blizzard obviously had a relationship with ESL as they ran. You guys may not know this, but even prior to WCS ending, most of the production, most of the team that you saw on StarCraft events, online, offline, were a lot of ESL and DreamHack family, who are of course running what remains of the StarCraft competitive circuit to this day. So there's an existing relationship there. Maybe we get some bigger up support from someone like that. I think it will probably be heavily decided on the interest that we see this year, right? How far does Frost Giant go into 2025? And my personal thoughts on this are mostly that they shouldn't be throwing money at it, right? If the game is going to have that interest, if the game is going to have people that want to watch it and want to support it, then the best thing that Frost Giant can do is empower those organizations to deliver quality experiences for the people that watch, and then enable, I guess, the people who want to watch and want to support to be able to do so in a comfortable manner. I'm just going to put this out there, and I'd love to see your guys' thoughts in the comments, but if you were given the choice of supporting Home Story Cup by giving them a Twitch sub, which Twitch would take half of, or buying a Take TV portrait in Stormgate that gets split 50-50 between them and Frost Giant, which would you want? Do you think it would be cool to be able to kind of have stuff like that? Is it too much, right? Would it be spammy to have Take TV and Wordy TV and Team Liquid portraits, to have all of these things that aren't lore-wise? Love to hear your thoughts on that, but I saw a lot of discussion around this, so I just kind of thought it was interesting. I don't think they're necessarily jumping the gun, but I would be kind of shocked to see them invest any serious money into putting their own circuit together before there's clear evidence that people are willing to support it. So what does that mean for us? It just means that when the game comes out, if you see a tournament on, make sure you're watching. And if you see an opportunity to support that tournament in some way, make sure you do, because that's what we're building here. And at least for the competitive people in StarCraft that are looking to see, or any other RTS, right? You want to kind of see the birth of a new scene. Building from the bottom up is that's how you have a strong foundation to do all the fun stuff. So those are my thoughts. Have a great day. God bless you.